Obama fatigue. Okay, now I assume somehow at some point Obama is going to stop trying to anger and infuriate the entire nation. I don't know that. But between the tremendous Obama fatigue that is building up, do you guys see him being able to churn things around to where his party has any chance in 2016 of retaining the presidency, retaining the White House? Will, the amnesty and stuff like this and illegals and getting will votes out of that to rescue the next person to run, especially considering the strong bench that the Republicans have to choose from this time around in candidates?
Ironically, I think that they have the same problem that we have, where they're kind of reliant on us sucking. If we do, right now we're winning just by sucking less. We're doing a better job at not doing a terrible job. So if we can continue not sucking as bad as they are, then I don't think that they really have a shot. But that's what they constantly try and do. They're trying to bait us into making mistakes, like the impeachment topic. They try and bait us into doing things that are not going to help us, like maybe ramming through some legislation. When Obamacare got passed, since they had the compliant media, there really wasn't any this bill got passed, and can you believe the fact that there were no Republicans at all that voted for it? This is absolutely insane that the liberals would push this through, would ram it through without any kind of bipartisan effort. If we tried to pull that, we aren't going to succeed. We're going to get skewered by it.
Yeah, just one thing I want people to consider, too, when you're looking at the next 2 years and what the Democrats have to do. They're making a choice, and it's not a comfortable one. Do they underbus Obama in the service of the next candidate, or is he going to allow his legacy to fall by the wayside in order to promote the next person? Because you've already seen this year, we've had the media and certain other Democrats with big names attempt to distance themselves somewhat from Obama's policies. There were candidates who wouldn't run on his record this time around. They've got that decision to make, and it's going to be a difficult one. Are they going to to write off this president, this historic presidency that they were so proud of 6 years ago? Are they going to write it off in order to allow their candidates some room to move from that place where Obama has such bad approval ratings in those areas? Or are they going to attempt to double down on it and try to protect his legacy, knowing the mood and the results that just came out of this election? I think it's going to be fascinating to watch.
It really depends on the candidate. I think you're going to have someone like Liz Warren who goes out there and say, oh, well, there were things I really agreed with, Exim Bank, Obamacare, etc. But the other stuff out there, no, not 100%. Hillary Clinton, I think, is going to do something very similar. Martin O'Malley, if he runs, that'll be interesting. But it really depends. I mean, if you look at the last election, at the very end, there were two candidates who either requested help from Obama and they both lost, I think. One was Wendy Davis, she of the pink Nikes. The other one was someone in Virginia or up in the Northeast who ended up losing as well. I'm blanking on the guy's name, but I think he lost too.
Well, Obama's toxic, but I really question how much any of those candidates will be able to distance themselves from his legacy. I think it's going to be very, very difficult, and like JD said, I think it comes down to how much will we suck. And with the bench that we have, I have never seen such a strong group of possible frontrunners to run for the presidency on the right, ever. I mean, it's not just a Reagan. It's like 5 or 6 people who are really good and have some really strong stuff. I don't know. I want to know if a movie is going to bash me for being a conservative or being a Christian or that kind of thing. if it's going to, or let's say it's a kid movie that's going to expose kids to content that is really, they shouldn't be exposed to.